Hi, welcome to Self-Discovery TV. My name is Kelly Sayers and this is interviews with inspirational authors and speakers. Today I have a special guest, Sue Papadoulis. Hi Sue.
Hi Kelly, how are you?
Good, thanks. And we're at the boat shed here in South Perth. We've just finished the Self-Discovery Network and we had Discover Your Voice and Stand Out from the Crowd. It was a fantastic, we had three amazing speakers and Sue was one of our speakers. And so Sue, talk to us about a little bit about your life purpose and what we just spoke about here today. Share something that, what is it you came here to the world to teach?
Sure, so my background is as a journalist and I worked in the media for a long time, 10 years, and then I worked in PR, and I've realised in the last 6 years since running the business that I'm in now, where we help people get publicity in the media, that my purpose has been all along around coming to this point in life where all the skills I had working as a journalist in the media and working in PR can help people actually get their own stories out there. So helping people get publicity on TV shows, in magazines, in blogs, in digital media, newspapers, radio, and helping people understand that they do have amazing stories and that the media is interested in hearing from them. So
because we all think, like coming from someone who's not in your world, and I have gifts and share. I have a story to share, but I have I guess the belief that publicity is either bad, or my story's not good enough, or I'm not worthy of even approaching the journalist.
Yes, and that's a common belief, and that's part of what we help people with, is overcoming those limiting beliefs, because everyone does have great stories to share. And something you said earlier today really resonated when you said, I didn't realise that it actually isn't about a story as such. It's all about the interesting information that you have to share with other people. And that's at the heart of it, actually. So when I say story, I guess I mean the published form of whatever that is in the media.
So we've all got knowledge, or something. We solve problems in business, or we've got something to share that can maybe help someone else. So maybe that's our story.
Yes.
Because the same thing, I was conditioned to think that my story, which means, well, I grew up and I had a mum and dad, and you know what I mean? It's like, no, not that story.
No.
So it's more the knowledge that you have, and you have some gift or some benefit to another person.
Yes, and I said earlier, it's actually not about you, so it's not the information about you that's interesting to the media, it's the information you know about.
Right, that's the key. That's what I learned today.
Yeah, so everyone knows a lot about their topic, about what their work is and how they help people, and why their customers or their potential clients come to them looking for some kind of solution. And what the media is interested in is that stuff.
Okay.
So
the transformation from fat to thin, or it's the how-to. So I'll buy a how-to.
Yes.
How do you get from there to there?
Yes.
And I'll buy that transformation.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Right, okay.
And so if you package that into a press release, or the right approach for wherever you're going in the media, that is what is interesting to the media. Because you'll notice if you start, when you go out and look at the media after this, you'll notice that a lot of the content in the media is just useful pieces of information, useful pieces of advice that someone finds valuable, and that is what makes up a lot of the content.
But I think journalists have a niche to give it a big header, or a big, make what we think is ordinary. Because if I'm living it every day, I don't think it's a big deal.
Yes.
And so someone else comes in with fresh eyes, and then they can turn it to a way where the public can understand.
Yes, and I think that is the problem with a lot of people. They feel too close to their topic to actually see the value in it, and they assume that everyone knows what they know. And in fact, I was guilty of the same thing. It took a lot of people to tell me that people would be interested in finding out how the media works before I realised that it was valuable. I thought everyone knew that.
Yeah.
And so now I realise no one knows that.
We have no idea.
That's right. Just as I don't have any idea of how what you do works.
Yeah.
So we're all experts in some field, it's packaging up that expertise and telling the media about it. So yes, there's always going to be the big stories, there's always going to be the natural disaster or the crime story or the political story. That's not our stories. That makes up the first few stories in a newspaper or on a blog or whatever. But the rest of it is lots of just useful pieces of information that helps people in some way. Yeah, absolutely.
And so your business is Publicity for Profit.
Yes.
And do you have workshops that you're promoting?
Yes, so we run short courses and longer courses helping people get publicity themselves. So not having to hire an expensive PR firm or go down one of the other many routes of trying to get clients. How do you do that yourself easily in a way that's only going to really take you a couple of hours a month?
Wow.
So it's not something that takes you a lot of time.
So it's like your 20 years of expertise, and you just come in and give us little gold nuggets and say, here, you can do this.
So I spend a lot of time distilling it down into a very easy format. So I kind of unpacked what I knew about what journalists look for and put that into a process that anyone can follow, and you don't have to have any special skill sets. You don't have to be able to write, you don't have to be able to do anything, as long as you know what your information is that you can share with the public.
And what to do with it.
Yes, and what to do with it and how to tell the media about that.
Wow, fantastic. And also you've co-authored a couple of books now, become a bestseller? Or?
Yes. So I co-authored a book called Align, Expand and Succeed, and that was an Amazon bestseller. And that was all about bringing consciousness into your business. So it actually had nothing to do with publicity, but it was all about bringing your own personal values and your consciousness into your business.
And you need the both anyway.
Absolutely, yes. So that was a great exercise in just also working out what I do in business that allows me to shine through my business.
Yes.
And that's important. And if you can get to that point where your business is an extension of you, it becomes something that's not work, becomes something that's joyful, and that you really enjoy getting out of bed to do every single day.
That's what I mean. And I love the fact that you're also promoting good news and not bad news.
Yes.
And that's all I've ever wanted my whole life.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that was actually, it's a theme that's run through my whole career. In fact, I tried to get good news stories happening when I worked in radio, and I actually wanted to have a good news segment. And we had it on for a couple of days, and then it got squashed by management because they said no one wants good news. And that was a long time ago. And
well, they're forced now with social media and blogging that everyone's got the good news, and it's the articles, like you're saying.
And what I find is, that my journalists who work for me tell me that now the media is responding to that. Because of social media, they get to see what stories are more interesting, who likes and posts and comments on what kind of stories, and increasingly they're the positive stories. So in response, they're now going, okay, we're actually going to do more of what the audience wants.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and so what I love about what we do is we help people get their good news stories out. So I'm getting my good news. It's only taken me a long time to turn that around, so I'm not actually putting it out there, but I'm helping other people put it out there for themselves.
That's great. And how do we get in contact with you? Do you have a website of that?
Yes, we do. So our website is publicityforprofit.com.au, and we're also very active on social media. So on that website we've got lots of free information, how to do various things, how to come up with story ideas and put together a press release and so forth. So there's lots of information there that's free that people can download.
I know that you've absolutely inspired everyone today, including myself, and I'm definitely going to get into the publicity world.
Fantastic.
So thank you so much for coming along.
Thank you, and for inviting me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.